Number one scope, guys, for cheap economy scope for me is the Bushnell. That is a 3x12x50 IR. And I have that mounted on an H&R Haney rifle. And 243, guys. Got a few videos of this on the channel, guys. I'll link those videos in the description, guys. And also, I got some hand loads for this gun I'm working on, but I'll get into some other videos also. Again, guys, it's a Bushnell 3x12x50 IR. Another economy scope, guys. It's a Simmons 3x9x40. This is their 8-point scope. Had this scope actually on my 7 mag. When I have my 7 mag, the Winchester Model 70. Right now, it's riding on top of some P series Nikon mounts on top of this 300 blackout build, guys. This was my first AR, guys, I built in 300 blackout. Here you go, guys. That's that full gun. That's that 300 blackout I built, guys. Again, an awesome rifle, guys. I have a video on this full build, guys. I had another scope on this gun before. It was a cheaper scope even than this. It was a Field and Stream 1x whatever scope. It was a tactical scope, but it didn't last. When I ran the box, looked at the range and shot it. Had no adjustment for windage, and they wouldn't replace it, so I just tossed it and tossed this on here, guys. Again, guys, that's a 3x9x40 from Simmons. This is their 8-point scope. Here you go, guys. 8-point. 3x9x40. Another economy scope. Another one, guys, for the cheap economy scope, Bushnell. This is a Bushnell banner, guys. It's sitting on top of an inline muzzleloader. Sorry about that, guys. It's just a cheap 3x9. 3x9. When it's inline. This is a CVA, guys. Muzzleloader. You can tell this is a 3x9. Cheap 3x9x40 from Bushnell. It's a Bushnell banner. They're really good scopes, guys. If you're looking for a cheap economy scope, sort of beat a Bushnell banner scope. I'm gonna say, guys, it's just a Bushnell banner sitting on top of a CVA muzzleloader, guys. It's a really nice scope from Bushnell. Really cheap economy scope, guys. If you're looking for something really cheap to put on a deer rifle for maybe one of your kids or yourself, you plan on being a little rough with it, it's a good option. This one, guys, was off the 30-06 I have had on a couple videos, guys, with the 760. This is just an older Tasco, guys. 3x9. It's a 3x9. It's an older Tasco. Letters, guys. Tasco, inspected in Asia. So this got the Japanese glass in it, guys. That scope, for being how old it is quite clear. For being probably made in the late 80s. Made the late 60s. That scope is actually really still clear. 3x9x40. This came off the Model 70 I had. Look how small the objective that is, guys. Objective ends right there, nice and small. And you got a front view on this one. I'm not sure what this one is, but it's, here it is, 3x9x32, code 1370, fully coated, Japan, Winfield. Kind of like a knockoff of Tasco's, I would say, but it's a really good scope. Really clear glass in it. Almost identical glass as this as this Tasco. Almost makes you wonder if it might be made in the same plant. I mean, probably the glass is made in the same plant. We'll go there. But they're almost identical scopes, so I would pretty much say this is probably a knockoff of a Tasco at one point. But both these scopes were probably 60s, maybe 80s scopes, I'm guessing. But there's some other cheap inexpensive scopes we got laying around. Another economy scope, guys, is Simmons. And this is Simmons. And it's still in the box, but it's not the scope that came in this box, guys. And here is a 2x7x44, guys. Wide angle. Really good scopes, guys, but they get their bad rep from being Simmons, but it's hard to beat a Simmons scope, guys, for the price. They're really good scopes, especially for a good hunting rifle or a cheap hunting rifle. You just want to put something on. These Simmons work. Show you that, guys, made in the Philippines. Model 1043 Philippines SC. This was mounted at one time, guys, but not by me. Came out of my wife's uncle's collection, actually, with those two other scopes. These two scopes here, the Tasco and the Winfield. All these scopes were part of his collection, and I got when he passed away, so these two are mounted on his other rifles that you'll see in other videos. This one was on a 30-06. This one was mounted on a 35 Remington. This one was just etched here in the gun cabinet that I took. I plan on using for another gun. So I like the glass in this one. Stepping up in price, you got Nikon. This was a good economy scope for the money, and well worth the money, because you're getting Nikon glass, plus this one is a 3x9x40, but this one has the BBC reticle in it for long range hunting. I had this on my Model 70 and 7 mag. Probably only took like one shot out of it before it wouldn't eject around, and found out it ate a piece of brass up in the throat of the rifle in rifling. So that rifle's no more, but we still got the scope, and it'll find its new home on a new rifle. Or an older rifle. We'll see. But still, a really nice, clean scope. Good, I wouldn't say American scope. It's Nikon. 3x9x40, guys. Made in the Philippines. So yeah, it got Asian glass in it, but these Nikons are really good scopes, guys. It's hard to beat a Nikon scope. Nikon's no more. They don't make scopes anymore for hunting rifles or tactical scopes anymore. They got out of that market. They're now only doing camera stuff and some big optics and stuff, like spotting scopes and stuff. But they don't do nothing for the hunters and tactical shooters anymore like they used to. But that's another economy scope, guys, right there, is Nikon. If you can still find them, I would recommend picking them up. Got this one from Hillbilly up on his live stream. Won it as a prize. This is Fiynach Red Dot. It's a cheap optic. Still new in the case. I did a full review on this, guys. Please go check that video out if you haven't seen it yet. And a full unboxing of this red dot. But we'll go ahead and show it again, guys. Here's that red dot. It's really small, guys, for the not bad for the price. I looked the price up on these guys on these red dots. They're not that much money. If you just want a red dot to throw in a 22, maybe a shotgun, maybe an AR or a rifle, it's really not a bad little red dot for the price. You can get these on Amazon, guys, for not all the money. So again, guys, that's the Fiynach Red Dot. This video is to answer a question that Boomstick Revenge had on his channel about economy scopes, guys. I'm just showing what I have here is what I call budget entry level scopes, guys. I'm a very budget focused person, guys. If you haven't seen my channel, I'm very budget friendly. I do not go crazy on spending money on stuff you really don't need. And that's one thing to me. Yeah, it's good to spend money if you have it on a really good optic, but there's a lot of these optics in that sub $100, the lower range, that's still on par with your name brand expensive brands, guys. So I'm saying just keep your eyes out and see what works for you, and if it works, use it. You don't have to go spend $200, $300, $400, $500 on a high-end scope. There's no need to drop that kind of money out. It's something that you plan on maybe taking somewhere, like once in a lifetime, say once in a lifetime hunt. If you're maybe planning that African hunt, that might be that one time you want to go drop $200, maybe $300 on maybe a Leopold guide scope, when they're 1 by whatever, if you're putting on a big bore rifle. Or say you're wanting a long range rifle for precision, like you're shooting a 1,000-yard competition. Yeah, go spend that money on that Night Force scope or something. But there's guys that do those kind of shots with Nikons. So it's, you put your money where you want to put your money at. That's what I'm saying. Different people have different pay grades. So go with what's in your budget and what's in with your means. Not everybody has that $200, $300, $400 a drop on a nice optic, but some people do. So, as always, guys, 2A strong, and we'll talk to you guys later.